This video was sponsored by Weeb Wars, YouTube's #1 anime game show. How's it going, everybody? Too Spooky here. And in today's video, we're going to be counting down 10 facts about Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. This video was suggested by quite a few of you guys. Gohan is one of my favorite characters from the series, so I was more than happy to make this one happen for you guys. So thank you all so much for that suggestion, and I hope you enjoy because this one is going out to you. Before we jump in, I just wanted to quickly mention that my pronunciation is a heaping pile of literal garbage. So you've been warned. I also wanted to mention that this video will almost exclusively be focusing on Dragon Ball Z, rather than Dragon Ball Super, but there will still be a few tidbits involving Super throughout the video. Now without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. As we know, Gohan essentially has a second father, or at the very least father figure, which is Piccolo. After training with Piccolo, Gohan gained a lot of respect for him in a student-master relationship, which is noticeable in Gohan's choice to dress like Piccolo throughout the majority of his childhood. If you remember when Gohan first began his training with Piccolo, he was donning an outfit that was almost identical to Goku's, which was provided by Piccolo, yet at some point during his training he decided to take after Piccolo rather than his father out of admiration and respect. Gohan would continue to dress like Piccolo the majority of the time, all the way until the Great Saiyaman saga. After this, his outfit varies, but he is generally wearing outfits that are similar to Goku's once again. But something you might not have realized is that even after the Great Saiyaman saga, some of Gohan's outfits still pay homage to Piccolo, even if not intentionally. For a few examples of what I mean, let's take a look at Piccolo. His color scheme is green, purple, red, and white, while in comparison, Goku's is orange, blue, and white. When Gohan became the Great Saiyaman, the costume he wears is primarily red and green. And then, in Dragon Ball Super, for quite a while Gohan is seen wearing an all-green tracksuit, equipped with green pants, jacket, and even shoes. Gohan's phone is also green. Gohan's car is green. Obviously, his green outfits could just be a coincidence and have nothing to do with his respect for Piccolo, but I guess we'll never really know for sure. Be sure to comment down below what you guys think. Number 2. Gohan is the only human Saiyan hybrid that was born with a tail. As to why he was the only one, in an interview with Toriyama, he was asked why Goten and Trunks don't have a tail, to which he stated that being born with a tail is a recessive trait, which I guess can make sense, but this answer was somewhat of a joke, because in a different interview, Toriyama stated that he always debated getting rid of the tails because he thought that they were very impractical. Like, how would a character get dressed? Do they have a hole cut out in the pants for the tail to go through? Do they put the tail through the hole before actually putting the pants on?
This is madness! Madness. This is Kamehameha!
So he eventually just decided to get rid of the tails altogether. Many people also believe that the reason could simply be because Toriyama forgot tails were even a thing to begin with, which could have easily been the case, but there isn't any source I could find confirming this. We know that Goku's tail was permanently removed by Kami at the end of Dragon Ball, which is a perfectly reasonable explanation for why it's not there. But Gohan's tail just kinda stopped growing back randomly after getting it cut off 4 times. Although, 1 or 2 of these instances were filler. Number 3. It's not possible for anyone to remain in Super Saiyan form forever, but Gohan is currently the character who has been in Super Saiyan form consecutively the longest. Over the course of 29 episodes, Gohan remained in Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 form consecutively during the Cell games, which is something that no other Super Saiyan has come close to from what we've seen. Although perhaps not anymore due to his lack of action in Dragon Ball Super, Gohan was also once considered the most powerful character character, and he could technically still be. Gohan has something that we have yet to see with any other Saiyan, called Ultimate Gohan, or it's more commonly known as Mystic Gohan. When Gohan gained access to its full potential due to a ceremony by the old Kai, in the manga it was both implied and shown that his power was stronger than both Goku and Gotenks while in their Super Saiyan 3 forms, which, let me add, was the most powerful transformation at that time. Gohan has also had this power released 3 different times throughout Dragon Ball Z, although the final time with the old Kai was where he unlocked his ultimate form. First, he had his power awakened by the Elder Namekian, then he awakened it himself during his fight against Cell, and then finally with the old Kai. So with that in mind, I think it makes perfect sense that Gohan was able to remain in Super Saiyan form for so long. Number 4. Gohan has had more form changes than any other character in the Dragon Ball franchise. Whether it be through a transformation like Super Saiyan, or just an outfit change, Gohan has had over 40 different forms to date, though an exact number is debatable. In addition to that, Gohan has also had more hair variations than any other Saiyan. It certainly helps that Saiyans like Goku and Vegeta have the same hairstyle from birth, so they aren't exactly changing it up very much. Whereas human Saiyan hybrids have hair that actually grows, so Gohan can constantly decide what style he wants to go with. Number 5. Gohan's birthday is May 18th of age 757. His height as an adult is 5 feet 9 inches tall, or 175 centimeters tall. His weight is 155 pounds or 70 kilograms, and in addition to that, Gohan doesn't have a favorite food because he'll eat literally anything. But he does have a favorite drink, which is orange juice. Number 6. In an official character popularity poll conducted in Weekly Shonen Jump, Gohan was voted the most popular character in the series at the time. He accumulated a total of 51,921 votes, which allowed him to even pass up Goku in second place with 48,256 votes. This popularity poll was taken during the Cell games, where Gohan was at the height of his popularity as well, so that certainly explains it. This also leads us right into our next fact. Number 7. Gohan was originally meant to be the permanent main protagonist after the Cell games. After Goku's death, Gohan became the protagonist for a short time, but he was originally meant to continue being the main protagonist throughout the rest of the series, and even defeat Kid Buu. But after a while, Toriyama just felt Gohan really wasn't cut out for the role, so he ended up bringing Goku back as the main protagonist in the end. Although these two things probably aren't connected, I think it's also interesting to note that this popularity poll we talked about could have also helped Toriyama's decision of making Gohan the protagonist in the first place. Although Goku was still obviously insanely popular, if Toriyama was losing interest in Goku and wanted to retire him, seeing that Gohan was the most popular character among fans could have certainly helped sway his decision. Number 8. There's a couple different plot holes involving both Gohan and Cell. The first one I mentioned back in my video about Cell, so I won't go too in depth with it, but Gohan was shown killing a total of 8 Cell Juniors, when Cell only created 7 in the first place. A few of you pointed out that the first Cell Junior Gohan attacked didn't actually die, which is possible, but I doubt my boy Gohan over here would let one of those little guys escape in the first place, and I don't personally see it either. The second plot hole involving Cell happens while Gohan is in the hyperbolic time chamber with Goku. Goku was trying to explain to Gohan how to become a Super Saiyan, and that rage is the key. Not that S-Cell bullshit they're trying to pull out of their asses in Super. Goku tells Gohan to try and imagine Cell killing all of his friends, to which Gohan says that he's never even seen what Cell looks like. Gohan then later imagines Cell, in his perfect form mind you, murdering all of his friends. It just doesn't make any sense how Gohan was able to envision Cell even though he just stated he didn't even know what he looked like in the first place. It's just such a contradiction. Arguably, one of Gohan's best moments in the series was when he was the Great Saiyaman. Oh, that's just me. RIP. Anyway, a little bit of trivia about the Great Saiyaman would be that the name Saiyaman first originated in Toriyama's other work, Dr. Slump, where a movie was playing in the manga called Saiyaman vs. Tiger Man. And during the first volume of the Dragon Ball Z manga, Piccolo refers to Raditz as Raggedy Saiyaman at one point. But this was actually a mistranslation in the Viz translation. In the official translation, Piccolo simply refers to him as that guy. As a little side note, how the heck did Viz even come up with Raggedy Saiyaman in the first place? Like, what the fuck? Finally, in the Funimation dub, Gohan's voice actor, Kyle Herbert, planned on making the Great Saiyaman sound cool, but Chris Sabat stopped that from happening by basically telling him to act more like a nerd trying to be cool, but with absolutely no rhythm whatsoever. I feel like a lot more people would have probably liked the Great Saiyaman if he actually ended up sounding cool.
I don't want to be lame like the Great Saiyaman. Heroes gotta be cool.
Lame? The Great Saiyaman isn't lame!
And the moment that you've all been waiting for, number 10. A lot of people consider Gohan to be the biggest disappointment in the Dragon Ball franchise, because after the Cell games, he hasn't really done anything significant, or participated in any major battles, at least not for very long. I mean, he hasn't even won a fight against anyone since his fight against Cell. I can certainly understand why this is such a disappointment to many people, considering Gohan was hyped up exponentially during his fight with Cell, and in the process, he single-handedly became the most popular character in the series. Everyone wanted to see more, and with Gohan becoming the main protagonist, the expectations were at an all-time high, only to end up failing pretty much everyone in the process. The thing you guys need to keep in mind though, is that Gohan never really wanted to be a fighter in the first place. It was just against his nature. So it makes perfect sense to me that Gohan would want to take a step back from all the fighting after saving the world from Cell, especially now in Super that he has a family to take care of. And really the only times Gohan has fought throughout the entire series, aside from a few examples, have been when the world was in danger and required him to fight. I understand that Dragon Ball Z is essentially just a bunch of fighting and cool transformations when it's really simplified, and having Gohan go from an amazing fighter to a sad excuse for one is definitely disappointing to see in this type of series. But fighting isn't really what Gohan is all about. For instance, when Goku was a child in Dragon Ball, he killed countless people in the Red Ribbon Army and fought countless fights. But Gohan hadn't killed anyone except for the Cell Jr. and Cell himself, which again was really only to protect his friends, family, and the world itself. Gohan is unique among the Saiyans because he doesn't have that lust for battle like the rest of them, and I feel like a lot of people don't really take the time to understand that. They just want to see Gohan kick some ass, which is perfectly reasonable, but the main reason I bring this up is to try and show you that contrary to popular belief, Gohan doesn't really need to redeem himself, because he never failed in the first place. But I suppose in the latest arc of Dragon Ball Super, Gohan has already redeemed himself plenty in many of your eyes. So before we go, I leave you with a question. Does Gohan need a redemption? Has he already redeemed himself? And did he even need a redemption in the first place? Make sure to give me your answers in the comment section down below. But there you have it everybody, 10 facts about Gohan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully you learned something new. If you did, make sure to leave a like. And with that like, you actually have a 0.000009% chance of transforming into a Super Saiyan. So good luck with that. Also be sure to comment down below what Dragon Ball character you'd like to learn about next. And make sure to subscribe with those notifications on so you can be notified when the next one comes out. Follow me on Twitter, link down below, and with that, let's talk about our sponsor, Weeb Wars. Weeb Wars is an anime game show series over on the channel MudanTV. I was lucky enough to be featured as the newest guest in the series, and let me tell ya, it was an absolute blast. This game show, and this channel for that matter, is going to be the next big thing throughout the anime community. At least it needs to be. Because honestly, I haven't seen a channel with such original content in a long time, especially in the anime community. Thomas over at MudanTV is one of the coolest guys wise, he's a fantastic editor, and his videos are just beyond amazing. Everything he does is always taken to the next level in one way or another. It's something you're truly missing out on. Please do yourselves a favor and check out his channel, and show some love by subscribing while you're there. So with that, be sure to check out episode 3 of Weeb Wars featuring ya boy himself, Too Spooky. Check out his channel MudanTV, and if that's not sounding interesting to you, you can also click here for 10 facts about Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with a new video.